Thank you for allowing us to present today at the Town Council meeting. We are here presenting our story about the traffic congestion problem in Phoenix. Traffic congestion contributes to the natural carbon cycle balance, and a solution will decrease the imbalance our cars contribute from our tailpipes. With major civic problems like traffic congestion, a paradigm shift is needed to make sustainable changes so future generations will enjoy a better quality of life. Approaching the problem using a transformational sustainability research framework allows us to study the problem with a long-term horizon. We will be talking about where we are now, where we are headed, where we want to go, and how do we get there.
Hello, my name is Brady Daniel, and today I'll be discussing where we are currently in the state of traffic congestion in Phoenix. The majority of people nowadays own their own personal vehicles, something that is seen superior to public transportation. However, vehicles are a bad investment. It costs money to maintain, it costs money to fill with gasoline, and it pollutes the environment. According to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, in an average U.S. household, transportation is the fourth largest expenditure and has been for the past 10 years. And each year that number has increased. Little by little, more and more money spent. We want to make it possible for these households to cut back on these numbers. Public transportation is the future. And with government intervention, community involvement, we can shift the way people commute from something that is harmful to the environment expensive to something that is cheap and sustainable to maintain and preserve our future here on Earth. Moving forward, we want to decrease the number of vehicles on the road. We want to decrease the travel times, especially during rush hour. And we want to increase government spending and research on our new future technology.
As it stands, things will only continue to get worse in our current conditions. As cars become more affordable, more people will use them. And while that may be good economically, it will also lead to more people on the road, and therefore more traffic. And when you add things like texting while driving into the picture, these large traffic numbers will cause accidents, which will also further slow down the traffic. However, governments are still creating and maintaining ways to bring down the number of cars on the road. For example, cities are making more fuel-efficient buses. Ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft have come into the scene to reduce the number of individual commuters. And small-distance rail cars like the light rail and soon-to-be Tempe streetcar are being incorporated to add more transportation abilities across the valley. However, these only address smaller transportation distances, but don't attend to the transportation needs across much longer distances. And this is one of the problems that our group addressed.
Hello, my name is Robert Mares, and I will be discussing where we want to go in reference to traffic congestion in Phoenix. A solution to this wicked problem causes three key benefits. The first benefit is that less traffic congestion is equals less time spent on the road. This means you can get to controlled temperatures faster, which is especially important during the summer and for people who have vehicles with inefficient air conditioning. To help facilitate less traffic congestion, signs such as "slow traffic, keep right" can be displayed across Phoenix. An aware driver is the best person to share the road with. The driver for minimized traffic congestion is the decreased amount of people who have and use their personal vehicles. Since people will still need to get places, there will be an increase in carpools, ride shares, and public modes of transportation. Not only does this take care of cars on the road, but it also mitigates competition for parking spots as well. 2. Solving traffic congestion in Phoenix has a direct impact on the air quality of the metropolitan. This means that NOx, SOx, particulate matter, and carbon emissions will decrease because they accumulate with every running car for every moment that each car is running. It's bad enough Phoenix has to battle with dust with no rain as it is. The solution takes away the need for road construction as well. Less road construction is great for the city and the commuter alike. The city gets to save money while the commuter gets to save time because nobody loves those traffic delays caused by road construction. Also, construction on the road causes an increased amount of pollution, so decreasing the construction also mitigates the poor air quality. And last, but definitely not least, standing for number 3 is the amount of stress prevented for the commuter. Less traffic, less commute times, less commute delays, and less fighting for parking will save the heart for each individual a lot of stress. The people in Phoenix deserve peace, and solving this wicked problem will finally give them peace on the road.
We need to consider our future generations. When the kids in kindergarten today turn 50 years old, what direction are they going to be heading? A sustainable future free from pollution and the big problems left to us by our past generations takes decision making today. All potential solutions need to be considered. Presented here are a couple ideas that solve traffic caused by too many people being on the same roads designed for a lot less traffic. 50 years from now, we hope a monorail system will be available for sustainable mass transportation. Monorail trains can travel at a high speed and cost about the same as a light rail cost per mile. And workforce migration is something that can actually solve the traffic congestion problem by talking businesses into moving their workforces away from downtown and into locations spread out around town, and just have the small amount of traffic downtown that it's designed for. This would get rid of traffic downtown fairly easy. It would take a big effort, and I think it would take help from the government, especially the state government, to provide grants for businesses for moving expenses. Thank you very much for letting us present today. Resources like roads that we build are meant to be publicly available, but as seen in history, a population will tend to overuse any resource that is not regulated in some way. Thank you very much, and email us if you have any questions.